Hello and welcome to GlassCast and WindowCast. I'm Sarah Neiswanger, Director of Industry Engagement for the National Glass Association, and we are broadcasting live from the GlassBuild America trade show here in Orlando, Florida. And I am pleased to be joined today by Michael Soroka, Chief Product Officer, and Kathy Soroka, CEO of Goldray Glass. This is particularly fun for me because I think earlier this week we were talking about just how long we've known each other. I'm coming up on 20 years working in the industry, and I think I've known you for nearly that entire amount of time.
I think so, yeah.
So this is fun to be getting to do, to visit on this platform together this year. And we're also coming together to celebrate a special milestone for Goldray. Do you want to tell us a little bit about, well, also tell us about Goldray and then why you're celebrating?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can do that. So Goldray Glass is a decorative fabricator, and we're based out of Canada, but we do work all over across the Canada and the U.S., all over North America, a little bit overseas, not much more yet, but you never know what the future is going to bring. So when I say decorative fabricator, I'm talking about, like, we do things like back-painted glass, silkscreen, and digital print. We laminate in-house. We have wall cladding systems where it's an insulation system that you can use with our glass. What did I forget, Mike?
We encapsulate a lot of materials, the quick frost, the switchable, and other electrical, backlit, all those. We do a lot of some weird stuff that I'd rather not do again.
Yeah.
But
also true.
We've got a super diverse product line that is all compatible with each other and designed that way. So we're a large job shop that I think my sister Laura said it the best. It's probably one of the biggest glass maker spaces that probably exists, and so if we ask people what do you want it to look like, and we can make it out of glass, and enjoy doing that.
Yeah, I think we're mostly known for our innovation. So yeah, Goldray started out we were tiny when we were first. I guess I'll answer your question first. We were celebrating 40 years in business. So we started in 1985, and back then when we started, we were like this big. We didn't have any money, or we didn't have any knowledge of glass or knowledge of business or anything like that. But my co-founder and I, we both came from very entrepreneurial families. And so it just seemed natural for us to start our own thing. And because we didn't have any money or knowledge, we couldn't compete with who was in the market already. So we had to figure out what are people not doing. And so we looked at a whole bunch of different things, and then we quite quickly found out why nobody's doing it, because you can't make money at it. But then we found some that stuck, and then just sort of grew organically through the last 40 years until, we're so exceptionally lucky to be where we are right now.
Sounds almost idealistic, the way your growth happened, and you're just exploring something of interest and based on a need, and people, glommed on to what you're offering. And then I think, to your point of innovation and willingness to experiment, it sounds like just opened you up to a lot of possibilities.
It sure did, yeah. We rarely say no to something. It's always Mike does it more, but it's a challenge when somebody comes to us and says, like, we want to do this incredible thing, and it doesn't exist. Can you do it? And he's always, well, yes. And then figure out how, and then we've created some really exceptional products and exceptional projects that we've been lucky enough to work on. So yeah, it's been,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and even here on the trade show floor over in our member lounge, you created a piece of glass art for us in the World of Glass map. How did that come to be? And hopefully, that's something that's going home with somebody too, which is even better.
Yeah, that was. I do believe the original plan was over a bottle of wine, and so there was some good ideas were had, and was at the technical conference in Ann Arbor, and asked, can Goldray make this? And it's like, yeah, absolutely, no problem. And then I even said, can I can I do whatever I want with it? Can I make it as fancy as I possibly can? And they didn't say no. So the guys in the shop, we gave them everything they needed, and I said, this is what we want to do, and they ran with it. They did everything. In fact, I saw it for the first time here, so I didn't even get to see it in the shop.
Wow.
It was already created, ready to go.
Yes.
I think they had it done in a week. So from the time I said, here, I need you guys to make this, it was in a crate. And yeah, our team's phenomenal.
That's awesome. Well, in the time you've been in the industry, you've probably seen a lot of shifts, whether that's through economic or industry challenges or pushes for innovation. Are there any times that stick out in your mind that required, a level up, a response, or it created something new out of Goldray?
Yeah, there's been a lot. Like in 40 years, we've seen all kinds of recessions. Only one pandemic, luckily, so far.
Yeah.
Post-pandemic was worse for us, for sure, than even the pandemic years were. Now things seem to be really on the upswing. And so, yeah. So every time we go through something like that, there's a lot of innovation that has to happen. And that's not just us, that's everybody. So during the pandemic, how do we keep our company going? How do we keep our people employed? And so from those terrible kind of things that happen, then innovation comes out and we get stronger every time we go through it. All of us do. On the positive side, the challenges that are given to us are very often product related or project related. When we first started making dichroic glass out using the film and laminating that, we were working directly with 3M. Well, Mike and his team mostly were doing all the work, but it was a really difficult thing for us to figure out how to do. And so like some of the projects, we'd have like glass coming in the door, we'd process it, it wouldn't be good, it would go back out in the landfill and then back in. It'd have this circle until we figured it out. And we have this idea within our company that we do figure it out. It's not, we don't give up, we don't just lay down and say we can't do it. We figure it out, and we've created some very cool projects with that. A very similar thing happened when we were doing the Burberry building in Chicago as their flagship store, and they wanted black glass that lights up, which also doesn't exist because if it's black, it doesn't light. And so it doesn't light up. And so we had to figure out exactly how to do that. And little things you would never think of, like if you've got perimeter lighting, it shows up every tiny little flaw. And so how to create the exceptional Goldray quality in something like that was another challenge. But now we went through that and we figured it out, and we've got new products that we can make for others. So it's been a very fun time for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, Mike, your title is Chief Product Officer. What kinds of things, if you can share, are going through your mind right now?
Oh, okay.
Or coming out into your company.
Coming out and coming. Stepping back into that role, developing products, it's what I love doing. It's what I did for most of my career at Goldray. I think even as a kid, it was you play and you learn, you experiment, and now to that be how I spend my time. There's absolutely new things that we're working on that I'm super excited about. I would share it if I didn't get in trouble for marketing, because marketing likes to be the first person to tell the world what you do.
I understand that.
Yeah, but absolutely, we've got some very new things that are even outside of what people even think of. What does Goldray do? Also, collaborating with others is a huge part. Not only is innovation sort of our go-to problem-solving skill, collaboration is the second one. And so, like I said, we do the switchable glass, and at FHC's booth, they allowed us to put it in their mall slider and the sliding door, and it turned out amazing, and they're such a good company to work with as well. So it was fun. When I went out to their factory to install it, or help them install it, I felt like I was in Goldray's factory. Like, they're just such an amazing team. And so when you find someone that can collaborate and enjoy that as much as you do, you can't help but have fun and come up with cool stuff. So yeah, I love it. And what's different in my new role is I'm going right from the customer all the way to production, where it used to be I did a lot of work in the lab. Now it's getting outside, seeing what the needs are, seeing where people are struggling, seeing not only in to the glazing community, but where most of our work comes from the design community. And so what's kind of unique is in our industry we see this glass coming, this fabricator, and we feel that our competition are other fabricators. Where the world we live in, we're competing with wood and stone and paint and ceramics, and so it's neat to be in the glass industry, but also to be a finished material, and it's a very different world. And so having to, it throws more parameters to be solved when you're trying to develop something. So it's fun. It's a puzzle to be solved.
And speaking about puzzles, I guess to elaborate on one of the points you mentioned, our industry is always looking for the ways to interact with the architect and design community more, better, that relationship, the communication, all of that. How do you accomplish that? Understanding you might have a different approach to it, but even what have you learned over the last few years?
I think the big thing is, ultimately, we're human beings dealing with other human beings first. And we know that there are certain firms that are, I want to be in the forefront, I want to do something cool, can you guys make this, and honestly, some of the stuff they come up with is insane. But it's really interesting. And then there's others that maybe I have what I do and that's what I do. And so I think it's finding the right people that you connect with, and where your value and their value combined create something better than what you can do in separate. Mm-hmm. And so again, I still see it as a very collaborative relationship, but it's just finding the right people and supporting each other, and I know we've got some very, very long-term relationships where we end up being the first phone call. My dad had a saying. He goes, I want to be the first person you phone. And he goes, I may not be able to solve it, but I may know who can solve it. Mm-hmm. And so that next time when they have a problem, you're still you're the go-to, and you've got access to pick and choose kind of what you're going to be strong at, and I think that works well. And I think it's a very universal approach. Just know that we all have different skill sets, and we're going to find people that match. And whether it's fabrication and A&D, or interior design, or engineering, or HR, finance, it doesn't really matter, right? You just find the people that fit, and it's super easy to say.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good point. Like finding the right fit with the architects and design community. Mm-hmm. Also, we collaborate with others in the industry. So Mike mentioned FHC, but mm-hmm. even our competitors will often collaborate with, because we don't all do the same thing. Like, it's not one bucket of decorative glass is this thing. Mm-hmm. Everybody has pieces of it, and different things that they're better at than others. Mm-hmm. And so we did one of our biggest jobs that we ever did a few years ago was with Pulp Studios, where mm-hmm. they did part, we did part, and so they're a really good partner to work with. Who else do we work? GGI we work with a lot. Walker Glass, of course. Mm-hmm. All of these, even though it's a competitor, Skyline Design, will work together in order to come up with a project that we can do. Like Mike said, it lifts us both up and lifts up the industry when we can do something really creative like that.
Yeah, no, that's terrific. I love to hear about that collaboration and helping everybody on that front get to the right outcome.
Yeah, it's a different world than it was like 20 years ago, where there was more like competition, mm-hmm. and now we understand that we can all be better if we collaborate rather than just compete all the time. Yeah. I mean, there's still competition. Like, yes. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. So looking ahead, between now and GlassBuild next year, what will we see from Goldray this time next year? What will we be talking about, do you think?
What a great year 2026 was.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, we listened to the economic report that Connor did.
Yes.
And it looks like things are really on the upswing for the whole industry. So I'm really excited about that. He guaranteed it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, we know where to find you, Connor.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're just super excited about all the things that are happening in the next year. And it really feels like the world has started to open up a lot more than it has over the last probably 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
So that's nice.
Great.
Yeah. I don't know if you have anything you want to talk about.
I think it's you're going to see us doing a lot more focus on helping the industry. Right now, I mean, labor's always been a hard thing. You've got less people in the field, less people in the office finding estimators. And so I think our focus is to, actually the mantra in Goldray is make it easy, and that can be anything. And so if we can take on some of the workload, if we can produce something that's going to mean that you have less time in the field or less return trips. And so our goal really is, how do we make it so that our customer lives are as easy as possible? And actually I say customer, but even internally, we have departments trying to make it so that other departments' jobs are easier. Architectural community, yes. How do you sync with that? It's also how do you get the information to them in a way that's digestible, and how do you do that it's easy and accessible? And so I think you're just going to see more of that.
And that alone is very important right now, and everybody's time and attention is going every which way and up. So I think that's a very good motto to live by, and hopefully it's circular, so it comes back around to you in the same way.
Yes, hopefully.
Yes, yeah. So we switch gears for a moment because talking about one of NGA's upcoming events next spring, the new NGA Glass Fabricator Conference. And I'm curious because you have been participants in the past of the two events that are combining to make this new event, being the GPAD, Glass Processing Automation Days, and the NGA Glass Conference. So based on what you know about the blending of these two purposes, what do you anticipate from this? What do you want to get out of it?
Well, I'm wildly excited with the idea you guys put together. I think it's phenomenal. And I guess I'm sad I'm not going to be able to get to everything, because I will be in the boardroom doing technical stuff. But our VP of manufacturing will be coming out as well, so that he can do the fabrication. I think getting more people out, and I think getting more diversity in who comes out is going to be important, because those conversations need to be had. Those relationships happen face to face. I was talking to someone on the way here, just saying it's a much more human relationship when you can be in the same room. And so we've got a very strong industry. It's called the glass industry, probably the best cult there is. So the more of those events, more diverse crowd, getting more people out instead of the same 80 people that are at everything. And I mean, GlassBuild is different every year also. BEC is different every year, and you guys do such a good job of experimenting and tweaking and testing, and so the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is to see what you guys have created, and then also, like, what are you going to do next? Because it's going to be something else all equally amazing. So yeah, it's for me, it's just a pure curiosity.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Now the pressure's on, for sure. And before we wrap up, just, everybody has their lives in the glass industry. That's probably how we know them first. But you both have a lot of interesting things going on outside of Goldray that I'd like to touch on for a little bit, if you don't mind. So Kathy, with you, you have been working in kind of the leadership and coaching realm. the last few years. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've spent the last couple of years working on starting with organizational health and how do we get our companies to be much more healthy internally so that we can really accelerate growth, and not just for the growth of the company, but also growth of the people. And as Mike had said, it's really hard finding good people these days. So if we can find good people and then help them to really increase what they do in their careers, be happy in their jobs, and grow themselves, then I mean that helps both the person and the organization. So doing a lot of leadership training myself. I'm working with a company in Calgary called Level 52, but they do work all across the world, really, and they've got a leadership system that is phenomenal. It's the best I've ever seen, and so really happy to be working in that. Doing a few other things as well, mentoring some young entrepreneurs in their businesses and helping them to create a business out of an idea or a product, and so that's kind of fun as well.
Which is exactly what you did and how Goldray came to be, right?
Kind of, yeah, kind of, yeah. Mentoring myself.
Yes.
Yeah. One of the very interesting things that I am also doing is I do some other consulting on the side as well. But working with an organization in Alberta. So in the province of Alberta, we have in the education system public charter schools. So it's a charter school that has a focus, but it is publicly funded the way the rest of education is funded. Okay. This particular one just started a year ago, and they're helping kids that are from high school and into their gap year, into about 2021. 20 or 21. Yeah. You'll have to edit that out. Helping them to decide, okay, what do they want to do with their life? And most of them at that age have no idea. We've had 20 years or 30 years of parents telling kids, you have to go to university, you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, you have to do these things. And the trades has really been kind of decimated by that attitude, and not, nothing against parents. We all want our kids to be successful, and we all want to guide them in the way that we think that they should. And the trades, though, is an amazing place to create a career. Yes. And way less expensive.
Yes, indeed.
You can be in apprenticeship and making money instead of. And so we're gathering, a bunch of kids. The first year, I think he only had 100 kids, but second year he's got 300, and he's on track for the next year to do 600.
Significant.
And so helping them to go to see that the trades is a really great place to run to create a career and create your work life. So that's really exciting, and how working with some organizations to support that so that we can get more locations all around the province, because it's only an Alberta thing right now. But if we can use that then as a case study of like how can we do it in other areas too, and really help to bring more people into the industry and solve some of our labor issues.
Yeah, keep reaching out. Younger and younger too. We need to catch them sooner and sooner.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yeah. Well, the Calgary Construction Association starts little programs in kindergarten, grade 1, and they teach them about construction at their level. So they build in kindergarten. I think they build a wall with sugar cubes and icing.
Yes,
is one of their
and then they get to recycle it at the end.
They do. Yeah. So things are happening all over the place. It's pretty exciting to be involved in that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. And Michael, you kind of are a tech aficionado. Tell us a little bit about other things you're building.
Okay, yeah. So I was lucky enough. My grade 5 teacher wrote software, and actually, that's kind of when I started. And he taught some of us, and so, I mean, the goal in grade 5 was to write your own video game. It wasn't writing an ERP system or anything like that. But yeah, I've always done that. I did programming competitions, and it's just something that I've always stuck with. Goldray's internal systems, I wrote our ERP system, our optimizer, our everything inside, and we were so unique. There really isn't anything off the shelf that would fit with what we do, and so we built our own, and as our needs changed, we could have changed it that week. And so I've always wanted to keep up with it. I always enjoy what I'm doing, and so I'll still do the software at Goldray, but I do it externally as well. So I mean, I appreciate craft cocktails, and I like making my own juices and syrups and stuff. And I'm like, I need to find something so I can just calculate the formulas, and there wasn't one out there, so I'm like, I'll just write it. And so I've got the app for Android and iOS if anyone else makes cocktails at home. I've got a super juice calculator. And
is that what the app is called?
It is called Super Juice Calculator, yeah.
Okay, so look it up.
Those who know what super juice is will know. But I've done that. I know one of our tech papers that are out, the glass nomenclature for NGA, to make something visible so people could understand what that paper meant. Because really, that was the first tech paper we've done on any defining of data. Like, that's not something the papers have done. So built that, and I know the NGA is working on hosting it. And the next action, I believe, that will present at least a demo at BEC is there's going to be a glass video game loosely based on Oregon Trail that will be a fabricator path and a glazer path. And so we're going to try and so I'm going to work hard to at least have some sort of demo or something by BEC.
Oh, well, that's new information to me even, I think. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
No, I can't wait to play. I mean, and you're beckoning to, I think, our generation there in that game, after all.
Yes, very much so. So, and it's fun to do. I enjoy it. Keeps the skills up. Anytime they come out with something new, I need a project to keep sharp. And yeah, so I enjoy it. And so that's between mixing cocktails and writing software, I guess, my two external loves. So yeah.
Well, and I'm grateful NGA is the beneficiary of a couple of these things too. But no, that's fun. Appreciate knowing a more rounded picture of some of the people that we get to spend so much time with every year. So thank you for being here. Is there anything you want to round out with before we sign off?
I haven't been to GlassBuild for a few years because I stepped away from the company for a while, but coming back to BEC, or GlassBuild.
Yes.
Coming back to GlassBuild, yeah. This has been a phenomenal trade show this year.
Great.
It's great to go back and see all the people and rekindle relationships, but also the show is, it wasn't that I forgot how phenomenal it was. I think this year you guys really topped yourself.
Oh, well, that's terrific. I'm glad you think that way. We'll make sure our whole team knows about that.
Well, tell them to watch the podcast.
Oh, yes, that's you have to earn the kudos.
No fast forwarding.
Yes, I know. Save the best for last, after all.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. I enjoyed this. It's it's been fun, and I mean, coming here, it's about the people more than anything, and Skills Challenge was new this year, which was super fun, and I think we did okay. It's like I said, you guys do such amazing stuff, and I just love coming out and seeing everybody and seeing what you guys are doing, and this is absolutely no exception.
Well, you're very kind, and always very happy to see you both, and I'm glad you're here with me today on the podcast, and look forward to seeing you again in March at the BEC conference.
Yes.
So as we sign off, I want to thank again our series sponsors, Dow and Lansing Building Products, for allowing this experience to happen on the GlassBuild trade show floor. And until next time, have a good one.